Hello, everybody. Give it a couple of minutes. I'm still working on artwork for backgrounds and stuff, like I was the other day, but I am now to the inking phase so that I can scan it in and go from there. However, I've discovered that this sketchbook is absolutely not good for inking. Hello, CJ. Welcome in. But yeah, this sketchbook sucks for my typical pens that I use. However, at the moment, Copic pen is doing the trick, which is good. So, in a few minutes, I'll show you guys kind of where we're at with some of these. I typically don't buy sketching sketchbooks because they tend to have a much rougher surface. So inking is really bad on them, which is definitely the case with this one. Like, oh my goodness, the inking is horrible. But alas, it's what I have right now. It's what, it was given to me, so I didn't even spend money on it. So I just may have to figure out a different method for these at some point when method for drawing and inking the main artwork. But what is everybody up to on this fine weekend? Hey Colby, we were watching the 4400 and I'm just kind of like not feeling like sitting and watching TV all day. So I'm wanting to do something. I just don't have a ton of energy today, but well, it's not that I don't have energy, it's that I'm sore. I did a bad sleeping position and it's kind of hurting a lot today. But I am sleeping better already with my crib, which is nice. So, but yeah, we're just starting to ink this one because this way. Ta-da. And this is just like a simple background that I can put on the back of, like, say I were to draw a character. I can kind of switch up backgrounds and stuff on the computer for as I see fit. And that's the hope, at least. I'm working toward being a little more efficient on things like GIMP and Photoshop. I don't like Photoshop as much right now, though. And GIMP, like, I do better because I know GIMP better. But until I have an actual, like, decent tablet, Photoshop's not really that great for me. Because my tablet is so old that it doesn't have any of the pressure sensitivities and whatnot, and it just doesn't work out that great with Photoshop. But I use GIMP for now because I know GIMP better than Photoshop. But so, funny thing with that is I was having issues a while back where once I scanned my images and if I shrunk them, like, on or something, and then I printed them out, I was getting, like, major amounts of blurriness from them, and which is really weird because they don't scan in blurry. And I found out it's because I was scanning, the DPI I was scanning at was too low. Because just the typical, like, photo one is, like, I wanna say it was doing it at, like, 200 DPI, and I needed it to be at 600 DPI, which made a humongous difference in how my artwork turned out when I shrunk it down to, like, the sticker size. But, yeah. It's kind of funny how much of a difference this switching from brand to brand can do with these. Like, I've been using where are ya? Why is that marker in here? I don't understand. I don't know why. I've been using the Faber-Castell, which I really like the Faber-Castell pens. I'm a gimpy guy that uses GIMP. Um, I've been using the Faber-Castell, which I really like, I actually think I like them better than Pigmas, the microns. But for some reason on this particular paper, this does not do a good job at all. So I'm using the Copic. I'm going to try my Pigma here in a little while just to see. But this is like really rough paper, and it's partially because I'm drawing on the wrong side of it, probably. As the sketchbook does not have any differentiating, it's really kind of hard to tell. So I need to remember to try drawing on the other side next time, so that I'm drawing on the slightly smoother part. But so far, Copics are doing an okay job with the inking. I wish I had figured that out a long time ago, because like I don't mind that the backgrounds are gonna have a really kind of hand-drawn look, but the line art is not great because this paper is so bumpy. Typically, when I buy a sketchbook, I buy a it's not a drawing one or a sketching one. It's more of a, I don't know, but it's mostly just the brand. This, I don't even know what brand this is. There's zero indication of what brand it is, but it's a very, very cheap paper. And like I have a Mead one over here. I don't like Mead usually because that's just like a Walmart brand type of sketchbook, and I tend to do the Canson or Strathmore are good. I like Strathmore better, I think, than Canson, depending on the paper. Like I like the Bristol board from Strathmore way better. But I do have a I think it's Master's Touch or something like that brand from Hobby Lobby. And that one is actually not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Thus far, I've had pretty good outcomes when it comes to inking. But I always go for, something a little bit smoother. And it's probably just the fact that this book is so hard to tell which is the right side of the paper. You never shop at Hobby Lobby anymore. Why? I didn't used to shop at Hobby Lobby because of the person we had living with us at the time was like deeply offended that I would shop at Hobby Lobby, because they're against the whole gay and trans thing. However, in my opinion, the particular shop that I'm supporting is not necessarily the case. Those people aren't the people that run the company. They just run this store. And as it's the best art store in town, as far as, well, okay, it's not the best, but it has the most. It has more than Michael's. It's, their deals are not as great because they only allow like one coupon per thing, but they often run some decent deals on art supplies. Something is always on sale. So that's typically why I shop there, is they have a better range of sketchbooks. Like, yes, the company itself, the people that own Hobby Lobby are dicks. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I'm not, but at this point, if I don't support the store locally, that's jobs and people in my town that need work and to make money. At this point, they make so much money that it doesn't really matter if, that happens. I mean, it's kind of the same as people complaining about these people being bigots, but the AB community shops with Little for Big, who are just as bigoted as the people at Hobby Lobby, pretty much. From what I have heard, there's been some pretty horrible comments made. So, like, I don't know.
If you boycott something just because of the leads, you're gonna just solidify their position.
That is also true. She was saying if you boycott someone just because of their beliefs, you're solidifying it for them, and that is kind of true. Now, if it was something like the actual local store owner was that way, then hell yeah, I will boycott it. But as it's the company was started by a Christian family, whatnot, all that stuff. It's not every store. I'm actually not in a small town. Smaller, but not small. We're in a very, very college town. We literally live in the same town as the University of Kansas, or Kansas University, whatever it is. I think it's Kansas University. It's KU because University of Kentucky is UK. So I think it's the University of Kansas, but they do go by KU because our arch rival Kentucky is UK.
I would just like to point out
my
coworker, she's a really sweet young lady. Okay, well, no, sweet young individual. I do apologize. We had a complete conversation about religion and everything. She's a Satanist.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
I have no problems with it. Will I pray for her soul? Yes.
I am not
condemn her?
The main thing I don't like about places like Hobby Lobby is that all they play every single day on their radio is freaking Christian music. And it's like, okay.
The short period of time in which you are in the store, fuck you.
I don't like that that's all they play. It drives me crazy when I walk in there and I hear that, because a lot of the songs they play are songs I sang in churches, and we were in very, very strict churches, where we were literally only allowed to sing hymns pretty much. So it brings back a lot of memories, and I don't like that. But at the same time, I am only in there for such a short period of time most of the time. I don't particularly like it, and I think, okay, you should still play other things. But oh well. You didn't think my city was that big. Yeah, my city is not, I mean, it's not big. It is 20. Okay, this is the quote for Lawrence, Kansas. Lawrence is 27 square miles of reality surrounded by Kansas. And that's kind of true. It's kind of true. Once you get past Topeka, which is about half an hour into Kansas from us, there's nothing. It is redneck city. Wichita is there, but at the same time, Wichita is not got a great reputation at all. Wichita is the freaking Planned Parenthood haven, where they literally just when we went in for our ex-roommate who was trans and was going to get hormones, there were literally freaking pro-life trucks with pictures of aborted babies all over them. Like, they weren't actively protesting necessarily. Like, there was not a bunch of people around, but you bet they were sitting there. They had their truck there with all these horrid pictures on it, and they were like handing out things, and it's like Pizza Ranch is the same way. Not music that exactly heightens the appetite. Yeah. But it's did I already do those? Am I going backwards? Yes, I am. Okay. I was confused because I skipped over this one. And the last one I have to ink is my favorite. It's this one. But yeah, I typically, like, I hate to say this about Joann's, but I don't buy art supplies from them. They don't have good stuff. They carry things like Prang and Mead or whatever it is. They don't carry good products, which the only good product they carry for art, I'm talking drawing, markers, all that, they carry Prisma pencils in very small amounts. So typically if I'm buying art supplies, I don't even bother with Joann's. I go straight to Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and it depends on what I'm looking for where I go. Because Hobby Lobby is a lot bigger than our Michael's. I honestly don't know. I don't know much of what's in other cities in Kansas because we so rarely go to other cities in Kansas. We go. Okay, I've gone as far as Wichita. I've gone to Emporia. Oh, Emporia is this teeny little bumfuck place with a college there, and it's very, very red. And Kansas City is okay. There's a lot in Kansas City. Obviously, it's Kansas City. Topeka, it's kind of just a bigger version of Lawrence, but it's more it's the freaking capital. So it's more political stuff there. There's a lot more crime there. There's more there as far as like there's more restaurants, there's more shops and everything like that. But it's it's not a college town at all. It's it's the political side, So it's very different, but it's there's things we go to Topeka for. Like they have a really good Joann's, but so does Kansas City. But it's easier to get to the Joann's in Topeka than it is in Kansas City. More politicians, there's always crime. Yeah. But we used to go to Topeka quite often because there's a mall there, there's a Joann's there, there's a bunch of different things there. But now if we're gonna go out to the mall, we'd rather go to Kansas City because it's a better mall. They have wheelchairs that we can use, and they're it's really easy. So Kobach, are you talking about our governor? We don't have Kobach anymore. Wait, that wasn't the governor in the first place. But I don't know. I don't know much about Kansas politics other than the fact that I voted for our current governor, who is way better than the previous governor. No, Brownback was who we had. That's right. But I don't pay as much attention to the politics here. My foot is falling asleep.
Anyone who starts on the whole, you should pay attention. You know what? There's so much shit going on in my life right now that I really don't need to.
I know. I've had a lot of friends who have like lambasted me for the fact that I don't keep up on the whole politic thing, which, yes, I should in a way, but I don't have the time or the
mental energy.
Yeah, I don't have that. Yes, when it comes time, I'll go vote for who I think should be in, but I've had friends who just lambasted me for the fact that I don't vote all the time, or that I didn't vote in the frickin' election for Trump. Like, I got so much shit for not voting.
The reason I voted in that election was because it was the first year I could vote.
Yeah. I did. I've only voted.
And I voted for the third party because I didn't want to vote for either one of them.
I would have voted for Hillary just because there wasn't much point, but at the same time, it's like, if I don't feel like voting, I am somebody who is chronically ill, who has to have transportation places. It's like, I am not gonna put the mental energy into one vote because really it doesn't matter.
Right now.
It doesn't really matter at the moment. Now, this coming year, yes, I'm definitely probably going to vote because now I am registered in Kansas. I wasn't at the time, and I didn't bother getting registered until the governor election that we just had. I don't pay attention to daily political news without drinking. Yeah, Kansas. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, in Kansas, I'm sorry, in Kansas it doesn't make much difference because it is so red that there's not much difference it's going to make. The ratio of freaking Republican dumbasses that are here to the Democratic people is just so different. It's kind of one of those states is going to go red no matter what. There's just not enough in Kansas, It's either way. I voted when the governor came around because that actually kind of plays more into the actual daily life of Kansas than And yes, had I been registered, I would have voted for Hillary, but I was not going to put the energy into freaking going and getting registered and blah 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 blah. Like I didn't have the energy at the time. I was in the middle of having crazy seizures, all this shit. No. It was not worth my energy. And I don't like and it makes me very mad when people don't really get that. When someone is like, doesn't matter, you should have gone any way, shape, or form, absentee vote, all that shit. That's a lot to get in order for somebody that's going through a lot of health issues. That type of thing is
There's a
just,
lot of life issues.
it's just way too much.
I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of life.
I plan on having handy or a pitchfork handy. Yeah, no kidding.
Like, whether you have medical issues or just life issues, doesn't fucking matter. Life gets so chaotic that sometimes it's just hard to keep up with that.
And it's not something I'm that educated on, so I don't necessarily want to put my, like I would rather be educated about it and do what I know is right than just willy-nilly throw a vote. You know. Yeah, no, it's not as easy. But it's like I'm not politically minded really. I didn't really when it came to the year for government, unfortunately, my mother was going through some health issues and she did not have the energy to really put into us really learning that year. We were doing an online school thing. And so I learned a little bit, but I definitely like at the time I really didn't give a shit about the government. So yes, I didn't do well
My
with
last
that.
government class I took, all of the children decided to overthrow the government and create a new one because the current one was bullshit. These were children aging from fucking 7 years old to fucking 15. We all unanimously decided that was bullshit.
I mean, government typically, I don't know what year it happens. I think it was
We
in
were homeschoolers. We
yeah.
didn't care.
We were doing this thing called Switched On Schoolhouse, which is basically just an online thing of reading and answering questions. And my mom just didn't have the mental acuity at the time to school 4 kids of all different grades. She just didn't have it at that point. She had been through a lot. My mom had so.
And by the time that came around, it was a little too late to go into public.
It was really too late. My father is very Republican and he was against reporting. So when you're in New York and a lot of states, you have to do quarterly reports when you're homeschooled. And my dad, when we moved to New York, decided we weren't going to do that. And yeah, my mom wishes she had gone back and done it because like it made it really hard for certain aspects of life. Like because we were homeschooled, we did not get an official diploma. Most homeschoolers don't get an actual official diploma. Her circle different, but the big huge Christian circles, they don't do diplomas. They'll print off a fake diploma, but that has no standing. So you have to go get your GED. And when you don't report, you have to wait till you're 19 when you can go in there without transcripts, without any reports, testing scores and all that. That's the time when you have to wait. So all of us had to wait till we were 19, go take our GED. Therefore, we had an actual diploma.
You need to restate that. When you were a child, most homeschoolers didn't get their diploma.
It depends on where. It also depends on if you're reporting or non-reporting. Because if you're reporting,
if you're not reporting, you're not homeschooling. You're unschooling your
child. No, you're not. No, there's reporting is just doing the quarterly testing. We had most of the people we knew did it, and they got a diploma from something like that if they finished it. Your state, you guys were different. You guys have a whole different side of homeschooling than most of the Christian community does.
I'm sorry.
But that being said, if you didn't report, you didn't get a diploma. You had to wait. Reporting was
when you were a child. When you were going and doing the thing, that's how it was.
All the way through my sister, my baby sister, who was Andrew's age.
Who's it still?
But at the time, maybe now they do. I don't know. It's changed. But
Okay, that's all I wanted you
the
to say.
question is your diploma an actual diploma? Like from the state diploma?
Legit diploma.
But you have to report in order to do that. And we didn't. And that was a huge mistake on my father's part. Stupid as can be. But oh well, it is what it is. All of us that did go do our GED proved to the school system that we actually were really, really smart. Like there was one lady in our town that did the trainings or the classes, GED prep classes, and like we'd go for like 2 weeks, and she's like, "Okay, you guys didn't even need to come in here. You guys are all ready." She's like, "You're good on your math. You're good on this. Your English is like higher than anybody I've seen." She's like, "I've never seen people write essays as well as you guys do, coming from where you are." She's like, "You just like." Which was true. I struggled a lot in math. I will say that though. Like when it comes to the GED, I did have to before I even went into the classes, I had to really work on math because I just am not good at math. I was great when it came to science and stuff like that, and history. I love not current history, older history. Pre-World War I history, I was good at. But it was, the other stuff. The writing was a huge thing. Like my mom's like, I don't give a shit necessarily if you can't do math. She's like, most of the jobs you're gonna do at the time, most of the jobs we were gonna do didn't really require a high math level or math education. We went through. My sisters did do algebra. When I was doing algebra was once again when my mom was very ill. So I kind of just did my own thing and was not good. But once I got into college, I took 1 year of pre-algebra. And then the next year not the next year, but the next time I went to go back into school, I was testing at an algebra 2 level. So once I actually had a teacher to explain things to me instead of just reading the math book, or my father, who was a horrible teacher, I actually excelled. I did well. I think I'm bad at math. She's like 5 million times worse. Like, holy shit.
No. We state that. I'm bad at algebra.
Like, I don't remember a lot of the algebra that I knew at the time. Just because it didn't stick based on when I took it and what was going on after that. My brain did not hold on to shit. But, yeah. Which is why you like accounting. But I can do the math that I need for what I do now. It's fine.
I'm not gonna lie. Algebra is bullshit.
Oh, algebra is total bullshit.
Okay. I was fine in everything else. All the other math I did was fun.
It's not algebra.
Like the applicable math for being a vet tech, I was no problem. I got that in a snap.
When it comes to being a nurse, though, you have to know how to figure out a variable. Like, you have to know that. Otherwise, you might give somebody the wrong medication.
Variables are not variables like they are in algebra. They are just
Well,
fucking
no. There's always
just dehydration scales you can actually measure.
No, but it's like, okay, so this is this person's weight, and we had to figure out something. It actually matters when you're a nurse.
Yeah, but you still have numbers.
Yes, but you have to figure. No, but the letter only represents the number you're trying to find.
My problem with algebra was that my brain doesn't work like that.
See, it works for me because I knew, okay, like if you have a specific dose of a medication that you need to give a patient and you know their weight or whatever, you have to figure out the milligrams. Okay, so this amount per pound goes, and so the variable is what you're actually supposed to be giving them.
Mhm.
So instead of it being y, it's blank. And it becomes like y just represents an unknown number.
See, if I look at the numbers and it's like pounds times dehydration level divided by whatever equals how much fucking water you need to be putting in that fucking ice.
It's the same exact thing.
Okay, that makes sense. But them just going x plus y equals z.
Well, that's not. But then you're plugging in.
No,
But then you plug in the numbers. X is dehydration level. Y is the amount you're gonna need in the end, and this is the whatever you were talking about. That's how I learned. Okay, yes, you have x plus y equals this. Okay, you have at least.
But in most algebra books, they don't actually give you any numbers or anything that those numbers are supposed to be.
Yes, they do.
Go, x, y equals this.
Then you had a horrible teacher.
I did, which is even Tremo fucking said that.
Then your teacher was like my father. Let's put it this way.
Equals this, and it's like,
no, you have to know.
Why does it equal that?
That's the thing. It's like you have to. That's where my teacher taught me.
I was fine in the practical application of algebra. Once the algebra.
I mean, knowing you have to know the formulas. Like, yes, you have to figure out.
I can memorize formulas all.
But you have to be able to apply them.
And that's no problem. Once I have them memorized, it's like, okay, you just plug in these numbers right here, and it's and you're good.
Then why do you have a problem in algebra? Because that's exactly what you do.
Why. Ask Tremo.
That's exactly. That's exactly what
you remember.
Fucking algebra.
It was not fun.
No, I do remember, and I was. No offense, I was baffled how you did not understand this shit. She's like freaking out about these letters, and I'm like, "You're okay." They gave you A B equals C or plus AC equals whatever, and or equals this number, and she has to figure out the numbers. And like,
and my brain exploded.
I'm like, okay, so you break it down. If this number it coincides to this letter, plug the rest of that in and figure the fuck out. Like I knew that, and
my brain just doesn't work like that.
Like I would get, I didn't say much because a lot of this was like being typed or something like that. Like a lot of it I got so quickly. I'm like, how do you not understand that? That number is that letter. That number is that letter. Okay, do the equation. I'm like, all it is plugging in a certain number and figuring out what the absent number is. Which yes, is not always easy, but at the same time, it's not that hard. But when you have a horrible, crappy teacher teaching it to you, it is impossible. I had a fantastic teacher who was both a college professor and a high school professor.
There was one of them, that Tremo, our friend Tremo.
As a mathematician.
Yeah. He had trouble understanding what they were wanting me to do.
That's just a horrible teacher, and that person should not be teaching. If you cannot get your students to understand shit, stop making me stop in the middle of a line, bitch. But to pass freshman math. Yeah, I did not do well in high school with math.
I took algebra all 4 years of high school. I popped out of algebra my last year of high school because my mom took pity on me and gave me a C.
My mom didn't even okay, so when I got into high school, at that point, my mom's kind of like, I don't know math. You're kind of on your own. So that led to me not telling her that I flunked pre-algebra and needed somebody to teach me, because I knew watching my older sisters that I did not even want my dad to come near me to teach that. He was horrible. Every single night that he would work on math with my sisters would end in them crying. Every time. And I'm like, nah, I'm just not going to say a word. And then once we got past pre-algebra, my mom did not force us to do anything else other than like business math, and like there was business math and something else that we had to do, which were super easy. It was super freaking easy. It was like, okay, you're a waitress. You're supposed to have 15%. What should your tip be based on this? that type of thing, figuring out easy math. I don't blame my mom. She was not great at math. However, my mom was really good. Number one with art. She was not bad with writing either. My sister Tori was our English teacher, and she had an actual English teacher through a homeschool program we did, and she was taught well, and then transferred that onto us. And so we learned how to. Andrew doesn't think I write at all well, but that's just because he's a writing snob.
He doesn't like Harry Potter for the pure purpose of how it was
I
written.
know.
He doesn't like Narnia for the pure purpose of how it was written. He doesn't like the Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
for the pure purpose.
The
of
funny
how it
thing
was
is,
written.
he's never fucking read them. He's never read the fucking Lord of the Rings. I read all of it. I listened to the first one and read the rest.
My freshman year of high school, I got to do Lord of the Rings for English.
See, the thing was, my sister actually set up an English program in high school for us, because she's 6 years older than me, 4 years older than my other sister. So by the time we got into beginnings of high school, she had just graduated. But definitely 10th, 11th, and 12th, she did the English program. She set up a literature chart for all of high school that we all used. And then, and she made us read things like Shakespeare. Yes, I fully understood. I read Romeo and Juliet and fully understood it because of her. And I can sit here and watch Much Ado About Nothing, which most people have no fucking clue what's going on in that movie. It's based off of a Shakespeare book, and it is actually done like in Shakespeare speak, basically. Like the way it is, it's crazy. And my sister Jenna and I can sit down and completely get what they're saying. I can more so than my sister Jenna, because Tori was not around when Jenna was in high school. But I did a freaking unit study for an entire semester on Romeo and Juliet. I wrote multiple papers on it, and in the end, we had this whole big long thing that we had to write based on Romeo and Juliet. So it was like I knew this stuff, and therefore I can understand most Shakespeare and stuff written like that, because I was, you know.
So you want to know the bullshit of this is where you get to know.
You prefer Disney version of Hamlet? Well, I don't.
This is how you know that I am a legit middle child. My mother, for my sister when she was in 6th grade, did the Anne of Green Gables unit study, which covers math, science, and science through cooking, math, and English.
I'm just trying to think of how you got science, math, and English out of Anne of Green Gables.
They did. Swear to God.
That's like how it was with the unit study I did, which was based on Proverbs 31.
Yeah. Okay. We started it. We did one chapter, and then my mom stopped.
And she's like, nah.
Well, no, I was being too much of a bitch.
Okay, so this is how I was in school. Like, I hated school as an early elementary age. First, second, third, and fourth grade. I was a shithead to my mother. But
those were my best years.
But then, by the time I was 12, okay, we went to the library, and my sister picked up Johnny Tremain for the first time. And I then found at a garage sale a unit study thing for the book of Johnny Tremain. And I decided through the summer to do it on my own. Like, that was me. I was like, no, I like doing this shit. I'm going to keep on going throughout the summer. And I would just do it. Like, that type of thing I just did all the time. My mom's like, you are one weird child. But tell you what, I knew that book in and out, and I've probably read it at least 15 times.
I'm not going to lie. For me, I was amazing with school until I think the 3rd grade, where we had taken apple seeds and my mom kept promising we would plant them and do a thing. We never did it. Noah did his the very next year. Mine was still in the cup. And at that point, I said, fuck it.
See, we weren't typically allowed to say fuck it.
Well, I didn't
But
say fuck it.
no, I know. When I got into high school, my mom did this thing. It was called Fire Above Rubies. It was a Christian school thing, and it had 12 units, and you would have each subject. There was, every single subject. Each unit was a different period in history. Each unit was a different thing of math. Each unit was a different thing of science. And you had a list of like 15 things that you chose to do. And my mom would allow us to pick one from each category, and then she'd pick another. Like there was a section of like just other different assignments, and she'd pick one. But a lot of that was go to the library, get a freaking biography, read it, do a report. Like that was a lot of it. And we also did a separate math program because the way they did math in that thing was beyond weird. Like it was not a typical curriculum at all. So we did our own, my mom did a particular math curriculum at the time that all of us started in 5th grade. We would go 4th grade through a certain program, and then we'd go into this program at 5th grade all the way through high school. See you later, Nicole. So I hit 4th grade, and the particular curriculum we used in 4th grade, I did horribly with. It just was, no. I loved Saxon math. Like, I loved Saxon math. We used we used Bob Jones University through 3rd grade. Then we used Rodden Staff for 4th grade, and then in 5th grade we went into Saxon. And my mom had to put me in Saxon a year early because I did horribly with Rodden Staff.
I think the only other one I fucking hated was Common Core.
See, that's where my schooling was way better because that wasn't even a thing when I was in school. There was no talk of Common Core at all. So, haha.
And we used 4100 a little bit too.
Oh, yes.
I think it was Common Core, but it was literally this book.
Oh, Common Core is beyond stupid.
No, it would explain it in a paragraph, and then you had to do it 100 times. The same exact math problem. 100 times.
That's what Rodden Staff was. It was horrible.
Fucking, I wanted to tear that book up. Because most of the basic math, until I got to algebra, I was okay at math. Like I wasn't horrible, but I was okay.
Yeah, Bob Jones is a Christian thing. The whole Bob Jones University, yeah, but they also do a curriculum for homeschooling, or for Christian schools, whatever. It depends on the school, but yeah.
I love Math UC though, man. Math UC was the best.
Like Bob Jones had great math. They had really good, very interactive math. And Bob Jones was actually the program my younger sisters did through a DVD school thing. And that actually was good for them. Unfortunately, when I was going through high school, DVD school wasn't a thing at the time. Like right after I graduated high school was when they got this whole big. They started taking like the classes from their schools, like their elementary and their high schools that they were teaching, and recording them, and then sending that off as a curriculum for homeschoolers. And it was like the nice thing was is they didn't force the Christian thing very much. Like their science program, yes. Oh, there was a Becca. I hated a Becca. Becca was awful. It was very much in your face. We are Christian, as well as Rodden Staff. Rodden Staff was Mennonite and Amish, so it was interesting. It was not a good program. It quickly made me realize why they only go through 8th grade. Like Mennonite and Amish only, Amish especially only go through 8th grade. And you could, it was just awful. It was horrible. It was just awful. But yeah. I've never read Holes. I've watched the movie. I'm not real fond of this whole storyline. One of my friends in high school at church loved Holes, and I just didn't like it. I was more
To
of.
be honest with you, I didn't know Holes was a book for the longest time.
Oh yeah, it was a book. Yep.
It was a little before my time.
97. It was really popular in 2000, like around 2000, which
Okay.
yes, is technically
I
before
was
your time.
2.
I know that, but it was a big thing for quite a while, and they did Holes 2 and all that shit. It was stupid. But yes,
I just remember the movie, to be honest with you.
because
Legit.
it was
I
like a
remember
Shia LaBeouf movie.
Shia LaBeouf being in the Disney Channel original movie. I was like all over that shit.
But the thing is,
Because I was like 9 at that. So I was old enough for that by that time.
but it was no. I'm saying the movie was big, like
Yeah.
because I was.
Once the movie came out, I was old enough for it.
The movie came out in like 2000.
No.
Yes. Hey. Nah.
Let's rephrase. When it became Disney Channel popular,
Now I'm curious because I know I watched that before high school, before I graduated, which would have been like 2000 through 2001 at the very, very latest. Holes movie. It was released in 2003, so
yeah.
you were 6. But yeah, it was.
Oh no, my time.
It was. I hated it. I hated that movie. Like I was. This is where we knew I was a very different type of human being because the things that were really like my sisters and every girl in church except for me was fawning over the kid from the Peter Pan movie, Jeremy Sumter. Like that was the thing in their group of friends was like they literally would get together like 2-3 times a week and watch this fucking movie over and over and over again. And I'm like, you dumbasses. Just like, huh? It was crazy. I was just like, the fuck? And it was just like, I just had zero interest in that type of thing. I'm like, y'all sitting here fawning over frickin' Peter Pan. And it was all they talked about. And I'm talking people who were at this time were, let's see, my sisters were like 13, 14, so I was like 18-ish. And even the 18-year-olds were fucking fawning over this shit. Like, that's all they talk about. I'm like, you guys, this is like the lamest, pettiest thing in the world. Like, I was like, okay, whatever, bye. This is why it was not popular. I did not like. That's how it was growing up. I was just like, nah, I'm gonna go do something interesting. Like I'm gonna go read an actual book, not a crap fest of kids stuff that all the kids read. Like, I don't know. There was some stupid series going around when I was like a teenager, and my younger, huh? Twilight was a thing a little bit later on, more when Jenna and Carissa were graduating.
Okay. I just remember my sister fucking all of the goddamn. I was over there reading Percy Jackson.
It could have been worse. Twilight, yeah, exactly. No, that was the next thing, and I think I watched one Twilight movie, and I'm like, yeah, no, because my sister Carissa wanted to watch it, and I was like, nah.
I sat through the Twilight movies only because I had been giving them so much grief.
That's the only reason I sat through it.
And they're like, you can't give us grief if you've never even watched the movie.
I'm sorry, I gave it grief because I had just come off of watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel, real vampire shit, to that. And I'm just like, no, vampires do not sparkle. Vampires do not fucking sparkle. Yeah, no. I was like, nope. And then I started watching Underworld and stuff. I watched some Underworld not that long after I watched Twilight, because I think it was on something when I was in the hospital or something. And I saw part of it. And then
I gave it grief because Hunger Games, Harry Potter, and Percy Jackson I read all of those.
See,
They
I
were
read Hunger
awesome.
Games, but Hunger Games came out after I graduated, obviously. I read Hunger Games once I moved to Connecticut, I think. So, like, my sister's like, you got to read this. And I'm like, okay, I'll read it. And I like the Hunger Games books much better than the movies, actually. But, have to head out. See you later. Have a good day, Colby. Ah, my ear is itching. I really don't need this in my ear. I don't know why I have it in my ear if there's nothing playing through it. I'm using it mostly for the microphone because the fan on my computer is running, and I've gotten not much inking done. But yeah, no, for me, the big series when I was a little kid was the books.
Oh God.
The Boxcar books were huge, and the Bobbsey Twins, which was a very old series. We read that a lot, but Narnia was huge for us. When I was like 12, well, 13 through, Left Behind came out, and I was fascinated by those. Um, Everybody kept like, it's so funny because Left Behind is like the Christian series where, it talks about the whole tribulation, rapture, and all that. And like the circles that we were running in, like people were just like, no, that's not how it's going to go. Blah, 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 blah. This is wrong. This is not right. They're not following what the Bible says and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the same people who are like Narnia is just evil. My family thankfully never subscribed to that because C.S. Lewis is awesome. But when it came to Left Behind, I really didn't give a shit about the Christian part of it. It was just an interesting fiction series to me. I didn't give a shit whether it followed the Bible or not. I just liked reading the book because it was interesting, And like, I knew a lot of friends who were not allowed to read it because it wasn't following the Bible. Those are the same people that stopped using Awana because they decided to offer something other than the King James Version. But yeah, it was nuts. But Left Behind as a fiction series is not that bad.
Awana still leaves scars on my
heart. Huh? But I actually like the only reason I was allowed to read some of the books I did was because they were from Christian authors. Like Dee Henderson, or no, yeah, Dee Henderson. She wrote like a crime romance novel series about sibling. There was a bunch of siblings that were adopted into a family, and each book followed a different sibling. And it was interesting. Like I loved those. And then came along the series of books that to this day I actually think is a really good series. Is the Circle trilogy by Ted Dekker. Ted Dekker is an amazing writer. Like I really liked his stuff because while there were somewhat Christian thoughts to it, it wasn't like trying to indoctrinate you. It was a much better series. Um, and it was really cool because all of his books, he had like 6 different series of books, but they all semi-connected. And then at the end, he was going to be writing, when I stopped reading his stuff mostly, he had written a book that kind of brought all the series together. And I never got to read it because I don't know where, like I never heard that he was in the process of writing it. There wasn't a title yet when I was reading them. And then I lost interest, I guess. I don't know. But like Ted Dekker wrote the Circle trilogy or the Circle series. It's actually 4 books, and the 4th book can either be the last book or the first book. So it's a really cool series on how it works. And I absolutely love that. You read Boxcar Children and Babysitter's Club. Babysitter's Club, I think my mom did not like because it was like weird teeny bopper stuff. Like my mom's like, no, I don't want you reading that nonsense.
We never read the Babysitter Club, but we did read the Boxcar Children. We watched a lot of the shows that they had out. The Boxcar. They made a show.
For the Boxcar?
Yeah. It was a show or a movie, I can't remember anymore. But it was one of the two and we fucking loved it. We read a lot of adventures and all that.
Oh, it was an animated thing. There is a movie.
Yeah.
I think I watched that movie. It was just like a type of thing. Draco, long time no chat. Hope you're doing well today. I am doing okay.
But
See, for us, like Narnia was huge. Like Narnia was the series we read constantly.
we were upset. Lucy is named Lucy for a reason.
Narnia, there was another series that we were huge into Adventures in Odyssey.
Yeah.
We literally Adventures in Odyssey was a children's drama radio series.
Also a series book and a TV show.
Yes. Movies. It wasn't a TV show.
I mean, it's a series.
There was like 5 of them.
No. There was so
Okay, by the
many
time
more.
you came around, yes, they probably had more.
So many.
But they started getting not as good as the old ones. But we would literally we used to listen to Odyssey every single night or whatever. Was it every night or was it every once a week?
We had with you
Either way,
was on.
it was a Christian thing, but they used the time machine to travel places and things like that. Like, and then one year I was how old was Jenna was 7, so I was 5 years from there. I was like 12. Yeah, I was like 12. It was the year before. It was the year that we moved to New York. And they had a series called the Andromeda series. We literally recorded every single episode for months. We would like know the exact schedule of when what episode was playing, and if we missed recording it, we would literally set it so that our tape recorder would start while we were gone and start recording. We had times where hang on. Hola. For real? Yes, I did. Yes. It was going to let me log in. Give me a sec. I'm going to check right now. So you still have You're sure you haven't seen a 9 something come out? Let me go get my I'm pretty sure it's under your email. Because it's being hang on. Okay, so give me a second, guys. I gotta go check out one thing real quick, and then I will be back. We're trying to figure out because our finances are showing we didn't pay rent, but we did pay rent, so we got to figure that out. So I'll be right back. This is a little bit of a crazy situation. I have to make one more phone call, and then I will be back, guys. I'm so sorry. I will be back. One more phone call. Yes, it would be better if it was a weekday. That's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure out if I can get a hold of anyone this weekend through the website because we paid online or we supposedly paid online. But I'm going to give them a call tomorrow if I can't get a hold of them. Like this one website is stupid. It drives me nuts. Like I set up things and it's not. I'm trying to see if I can locate. Um, I think it was on a sticky note, and I want to say I probably deleted it. No, I didn't delete it. Andrew deleted it. No offense, but he did because he closed all my stuff down, and I'm annoyed that that's not there. Like seriously, because I never close my sticky notes because I'm always using them. So I'm a little frustrated that he closed it without me knowing, and now I can't find the information that I need because that would have been how I logged in. So that's his own damn fault on that one, unfortunately. Okay. I'll text him. But yeah, this is frustrating. The biggest thing is, are we going to get charged? So what I mean, like I could figure this out if I knew what the username was for this, but I don't have that number saved. Like if only there was a way to see like the copy and paste history. Why must you do this? But I'm gonna see if there's a way to figure that out. Oh, that's stupid. So you have to have a clipboard recorder already set in there. So if anybody knows of a way to do that. Oh, Mike, can you not hear me? It should be fine. Oh, just now on? That's weird because it's been on. I turned maybe. I don't know. Either way. So yeah, I had it on. I had the login information on my sticky notes, which I always leave open because I'm constantly using them and going back to them. And it's a pain in the ass to have to go find the program and get everything back. So I never close my sticky notes because I'm always using them. It's been like that for a while. So unfortunately, the office is closed today. So, but it does not like that. Forgot password from your apartment community. Let me try one thing here. Back on Gmail. Let me see if Betsy has anything I need to look into right now. If not, I'm going to close it. Okay. It is a fabric. The characters are always changing. So oops. This person does not understand what I'm trying to tell them. When it comes to the character prints, they are recycled out so quickly that is she talking about the one I think she's talking about? Let me see which one it is. Okay, that is not the one. This person just did not get, like, I'm trying to tell this person that I told this person, look, the fabrics on my listing are just general. This particular fabric has been discontinued. I cannot get it. And I sent him pictures of the 4 that I can get. and said, "You have to choose from these 4 because that's what I can get." And he keeps asking me again and again, like, "Oh, can you get this one?" "No, I told you that one is not available." Let's look at let me see here. Eighteen, 13. Um, hmm, nothing from this year from them. Okay. Let's look at AMC again. That's from 2018. I'm gonna try something. I want to say it's the same. That might be a possibility. If that's the same, that would be fantastic. No. Okay. That's an old one. This is so frustrating. Anyway, I can't do anything till tomorrow. I need to let that go. Close that out. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Let me go check something for this customer real quick. Joanne. Ow. That hurt. Goodness sakes, my computer is like running nonstop with that fan. Okay, let's see here. We need a knit. Is that still available? Oh, that's a cotton. Okay. No, I need the knit. Uh-huh. Okay. This is the one that I need. Should be available. Da-da-da. I need to send this to them. You gotta love. Okay. Then. Ouch, my leg. Come on, fan. Stop running. I think it's just warm. All right. There we go. Now I'm hanging out with you guys and I'm ignoring the rest of the world for a minute. There we go. That's better. But yeah. I'm hungry. I'm getting hungry. That's very rare for me. Where did I book? Where did I put my sketchbook anyway? Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know what I did with my pens either. Did I put them back? I must have. Okay. Where did I not put those back? Did I? So what I was doing before I got rudely interrupted was that I was inking a background type of thing that I want to use for some pictures. I need to do a little bit of a more girly one as well. I have one kind of girly one, but I want another one. Well, actually, no, I have two kind of girly ones, but this paper, I'm not ever inking on this paper again, at least not on this side of the paper. I think this side's a little more smooth. I'm kind of hungry, but I'm not really. Like, I'm hungry, but I don't have an appetite. You know, my body's like, you need food, but I'm like, I don't want to, I don't feel like eating. I don't, nothing sounds good. I don't want it. So yeah. But my body doesn't typically want food, which sucks, but it's the case. We're gonna give this little comet a face. It kind of looks like a face, a little bit. Not obviously a face, but it looks kind of like a face. Having a hard time dropping your pop? Oh, yeah. Um, I don't drink pop, so for me, it's not something I've ever. I just got blue and red Legos from Mall of America yesterday. Nice. Um, like as kids, I was never. We didn't really drink soda except for on special occasions. We also don't call it pop; we call it soda. Um, and so for me, I never got used to it. It's not something I typically. I mean, I'm technically allergic to it now, so I can't really just drink it unless I have diet, which I hate. So yes, I can understand the hating diet soda, but sorry, I clicked my mic with my sketchbook. I was saying that I just don't drink soda, and I definitely don't like diet soda. I drink soda only when it's like in a mixed drink, or occasionally I will have a soda, but I don't just go pick soda up. Andrew drinks soda and Hannah drinks soda some more than I do, but it's just not something that I typically um drink. So for me, it's not common. So it's never been a common thing for me. So yeah. Sheesh. So this is a sketchbook that was gifted to me. My mother-in-law works at a secondhand store, and she often will pull aside things for us. Um, and she sent a bunch of art stuff this last time with that. And the art sketchbooks that she sent are very cheap. So the paper is definitely cold press, and it's definitely very lumpy when it comes to my markers and pens. Um, Now this particular sketchbook will never be one that I color in with marker because of the paper texture. Marker has to be done on a fairly like smooth surface, or it destroys the nibs. So, um, not hugely fond of using this particular pen on it either, but it is what it is. Um, the reason I am inking at all with this is because I do want to scan this in. This one I am not coloring at all. It's just getting scanned in as a background. Oh yeah, hospital diapers are horrible. Um, they are known for their horrible quality. I mean, and when you're buying them in mass amounts, I could understand why they don't, but they're just terrible. Also, when you're in the hospital, they typically want to monitor your output a little more than like a Megamax would allow. Um, they don't want you sitting in it a long time. I actually had one time when I was in the hospital here where she basically refused to put a diaper on me. Like, no, if it breaks down your skin, we have bed mats under you, use those. And I'm like, how is that any better for my skin than a diaper? How? Like, it's the same thing, only less absorbent. It doesn't wick away moisture. It just holds it in there. And it's like, at least with a diaper, it's meant to like wick it away from you. All right. There we go. That one's inked. I have to find erasers because I cannot find them right now. And the only eraser I have is a little teeny pencil eraser that doesn't do a great job. And then tomorrow or whatever, I'll scan these in and get them ready to use. The hope is that I can figure out how to combine an artwork. Oops, that one was not dry. How to combine an artwork and a background without it looking weird. You never had so many tests in your life. Yeah. They do that when you have a stroke or when they think you're having a stroke. There we go. Always a Yuki. Oh, that was funny. That was funny. All right, so here's the background. Ta-da! I'll show you guys the backgrounds. This one is kind of one of my favorites. I still need to go through and do the erasing on that one. There's that one. This one, I drew it as watermelon, but I think it's just going to be allowed to be fruit slices. Um, this one's a little more of a girly one there. This one is just kind of night sky, gender neutral. Then there's some dinos. This is not a background. And then there's this. This is not a background either, really. This one's kind of just a drawing. And I really like this one. This one I will color when I switch it to a different book. What is mine? MRI, EEG, 2 CAT scans, one with and one without contrast, and an echocardiogram. That's interesting. Normally they always do contrast. Well, with me they do one without the contrast, then they do one, or then they finish it and do it with, like they do without injecting contrast, and then they do with injecting contrast. Right, all in the same CAT scan. Whoops. Let's not have that on the mic button anymore. There we go. Didn't take my passy. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I have at times. I at least take it with me and I'll use it like at night. But I'm also really good at hiding it. With our hospital, it's really cool. The tables that we have in our hospital are really cool because they have like drawers inside of the table at the bedside table, so you can quick stash something in the drawer and no one's gonna find it. All right, there, that one's done. Bye sketchbook. I'm not using you anymore unless I use you on the other side, which I don't know if that's any better. I'm gonna have let's do a comparison. Oh yeah, that's technically the back. Okay, so let's compare a little bit here. The difference. That stuff felt strange. It makes you feel like you're peeing your pants. Oh, see, that's way better. Let's try these. We're gonna test out not a 0.3 because that's too small. 0.5, a 0.5, and a 0.5. Oh, well, we have a 0.8. That'll do. Let's see here. Still a little choppy for that, but that's not bad. Much better than the other side. It's just still a little bit choppy. This is the one that was the problem. Yeah, this one I think this one is just running out of ink partly because unless I press really hard. So this one might be dying. But let's fold this over and now test it on the other side with those 3. Come back here, 8. See, that one looks pretty much the same on that side. So I think it's the pen itself is dying. Oh, there's definitely a difference. Okay. Good to know. So one thing I dislike about sketchbooks like this is this stupid thing right here. Like, it keeps it from folding over properly. So I am going to mark one of these as this is the front. Okay, so I was drawing in the front. I was just drawing on the wrong part. But I'm going to write down in the book that this is a front. Front. When I go in my sewing room, I'll put a sticker on it so that I know. My body hurts. Hey, I should make a paper airplane. I almost folded it properly enough for that. I'm also a weird person where thought it was funny. They said I might feel like I was going to pee myself. Yeah, they always say that because it gets really warm down there. I've never felt like, oh, I'm peeing myself. I felt like, holy crap, that's really warm. And it's a weird sensation, yes. I've never actually peed during one of those either. So there's a difference though, because like when I pee myself, it's not quite that warm. But it's funny anyway. Like I'm incontinent, so I just pee randomly anyway. And I've told them that before. I'm like, oh, I'm incontinent. I know what that is like. I'm like, you know. Yes, now, okay, let's put my pencil away. Nope. And now I have to answer a message. Oh. But yeah. So now that fiasco is over with and I figured this out. The funny thing is like calling this company that I called today. I actually used to work at the call center that took their calls. I don't know if they still have the same call center doing their calls or not, but I did used to use them. So, but or I did used to take calls for them. So I knew exactly what was going on, how it was going to work and all that stuff. So but yeah. Basically it's showing like I never set up the account, which is really weird because I did. So okay. But I have to get the information from the leasing office tomorrow and it's annoying, like anyway, paper airplane. My kitty is all snuggled up sleeping all day. Right, Snitch? I don't think he's woken up at all. Which is kind of funny because he usually would want to eat by now. But he did eat a little bit later. I fed him half of his portion at a time just to make sure he didn't vomit. And ready, Jimmy? Ready? Oops. I made a horrible thing. I made a horrible paper airplane. Oh, you guys can't see this, but Toothless is holding my baba up for me. I had Toothless yesterday when I was being all little. I still kind of am in that little bit of a little headspace. But okay, I'm done drawing. I'm tired. That whole conversation kind of distracted from what we were talking about earlier, but yeah. I'm so tired. I want to take a nap. I shouldn't, but I want to. It would be nice to take a nap. I wish Daddy would come home and put me down for a nap. But I need a shower at some point. I'm currently in a North Shore Supreme sample that they sent. They always send those. I absolutely hate them, but I'm going to use them up anyway. I have a Crinkles that the Daddy will put on me. So when it comes to the Better Dry / Crinkles diapers, the plastic is a bit thinner than most of the Mega Max for sure, and most of the other AB diapers as well. It's a very thin, soft plastic. So yesterday, when Daddy was putting the crinkles on me, he taped up one side just fine, and then he was going to tape up the other side, and he just pulled too hard, and they ripped the bottom tape off. So he went and got tape, and then he's like, "Nah, I'm just ripping the whole side off of the both tapes off." He ripped them both off and just taped the diaper on me. And sadly, things went on. I wasn't incredibly in little headspace after something went on, and um, I just had to go poop on the toilet, despite because also Andrew got stung by a wasp the other day, and his eye yesterday started like swelling up to the point of when he woke up, it was almost swelled shut. And we got the swelling down a bit, yes, in the morning, and then it started this morning. It's kind of puffy again, but anyway, so he couldn't really change me very well with his eye being the way it was. That's why he didn't do a good job on my diaper change. So, my ear itches. I don't know why I had my ear in again. Um, but yeah, so I used the potty, but because I had to pull it all the way down, it stretched the diaper in the front and it almost ripped. So I just went and put on a different diaper. But yeah. Oh, guys, this is the front of my tablet. This is from, I forget where this is from. I got it with something or another that I ordered, and it was really cool. But yeah, this is one of my own stickers, and obviously ABU. I'm going to be decorating this at some point. With like I would like to do like a canvas on it, and then like draw. We'll see if I actually do that, but either way, it's gonna get decorated at some point. And this is my Brokey tablet. As you can see, there is lamination on it because I wanted to laminate the whole screen, but it did not want to lay down nicely, so I couldn't do the whole screen. So I just did the corner where the biggest part of the break is. Like this is peeling up right here, but that's okay. So, just because I didn't have money to replace my screen at the time. No, I do not want to watch Netflix. Ta-da. I'm bored. Oh, guys. So I can tell you about this. I'm going to be doing a review and a video on something very exciting. So I don't know how many of you know this, but Target a while back had a Toy Story romper, men's adult romper that they came out with, which was like one of the first I've ever seen as far as rompers go, and it was so cute. Unfortunately, it's no longer for sale. They're no longer like I can't find them anywhere. Like we no longer ship this or something like that. So bummer there. But Walmart about a month ago, somebody found and posted on Twitter that Walmart had rompers. So of course I went online and look, and sure enough, there they are. But they were not actually able to be purchased yet. So I've been checking back every now and then, waiting for them to be able to be purchased and see the price. Well, the other day, I had luck. They were available to purchase, and they were only $15 for a romper. I'm super excited. I'm really hoping it fits me. I ordered a 2X. That's the biggest size they had on this, which I think they should do bigger, but oh, oh well. Somewhere there it says like this brand offers up to 5X. But I can't find this particular romper anywhere else. So they have like I think 6 different options. They have dinosaurs, which is the one I got. They have aliens and planets and stuff. They have NASA themed one. They have like a chevron and palm tree one. They have a tie-dye one, and then they have one that's got like fruits and stuff on it, like tropical fruits. So it's kind of like yellow, green, pink, that type of coloring. But yeah. So with shipping for me, it cost 22 because shipping was like $5.99. You can send it to the store to be picked up. I decided not to do that because um Tuesday I won't have a ride and I didn't want to wait till Wednesday. So it's getting shipped here. It should be here on Tuesday. That's the current status of it is Tuesday. It was technically supposed to be tomorrow, but no. So but it's super duper 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 cute. I cannot wait to review it. If it fits me, I am going to make a pattern from it. Um, I'm super excited to see if this works. But it's very similar to the idea I already had, which will be awesome if that's kind of this thing. No, it's not snap crotch. It's very different from, like, the Tykables romper. It's more of, like, a footed pajama without the legs and the long arm sleeves. So it's got a hood, it's got a zipper front. So I'm super excited. If it fits me, this is what is going to be worn constantly. Um, I will probably wear it all the time because it looks so comfy and it's made out of a French terry, so it's a knit, so it should stretch. Maybe not ample amounts, but it should stretch enough that it'll fit me. I'm hoping because typically if I'm buying men's clothing, I'm typically a 2X. I can wear 2X t-shirts. I just like 3X because um they tend to fit a little baggier, and I like my clothing for lounging to be a little bit baggier and it's a little bit longer. So that's typically why I go with 3X, but I do fit into 2X stuff. Especially when it comes to like PJ things, I very often can wear 2X. So I'm hoping that this will fit. I've never had to buy any pants or anything from Walmart in the men's section in a more than 2X. So I'm hoping it fits. I'll be really super excited. So I'm definitely going to be reviewing, doing pictures. Oh, by the way, guys, those of you that have it, Instagram. I changed up my original Instagram. I need to change the links a little bit on my videos, but I actually, because I do have like my mother follows that account and stuff and my cousin, so I don't want to like I'm going to post like my sewing and my art anyway on there. But I also set up a Kai's Little Corner account for pictures of like me and clothing and maybe some live videos there. So I set that up yesterday. So Kai's underscore KAIS underscore little underscore corner spelled with a K. So be sure to go over there and follow it. Um, and because I might do some fun like little headspace videos on there. Like I'm not wanting to do that on YouTube right now. Um, but that would be where I do like a live while I'm laying sitting on the floor playing or something like that. Um, and it's just a little bit different setting for a live than YouTube. Because YouTube does not allow like if I do any content whatsoever that's fetish or like me in little headspace or something like that, they demonetize that video. So doing those not great. I can do reviews and all that like mad on there. And typically I avoid doing videos that will get demonetized on YouTube because I mean I make very little money from YouTube. Um and I think in the 5 years I've done it I've made like $500 maybe. No, I take yeah, like it's very rare. I think I've only ever gotten checks from YouTube twice. So I've made like $200 in the 5 years that I've done this. So it's a very small amount of money that I get from YouTube. But I figured on Instagram that can be where I do a little more cutesy little stuff, you know. So definitely follow that and follow the other one. Go ahead and follow the other one. I think the other one is just Kai's Corners. Let me see what it is. I'd have to log in and go look, but yeah. But that one is gonna be like that's where I'll follow pretty much only little stuff. Like I'm following Cushy Tushies on there. I'm following Onesies Down Under, a couple of little peoples. Um, wait, did Mid America Little's not on there? There it is. I'm following Mid America Little. Um, so yeah, Little Squirt Splash. Okay, so that's a cute diaper. I didn't know they were doing a diaper of that. That's cool. No, go back. I wanted to view. Okay, he doesn't have the link there. But I didn't know they did a diaper of that. Let me see. If it zooms in enough for me to read it. I doubt it. No, it doesn't. I'll have to go on the website and look. Ooh, that's cute. I love onesies down under, guys. I really do. They're awesome. And if you guys know of any good littles to follow on Instagram, please let me know. Um, I want to see if Star. No, Toddler Girl. I need to go follow a couple of the people that I follow on there. Maybe it's under. I don't know. I'll have to go on FA and look her up. Might be seeing a good friend of mine this week. She understands a lot about me. Cool. Cool, cool. Friends that know lots about you are good. Um, yeah. When you're looking for the remote and touch something weird between the cushions. Yes. Love that. The level of weird things. I always lose my tweezers. I use tweezers to pluck a few chin hairs, and I drop them in the couch all the time. And when I'm looking for them, I always feel weird things. Okay, that's a cute way to teach your kid contractions using Legos. That's cute. I love that. I love, I mean, that's the type of thing my mom did when we were kids all the time. We were homeschooled, by the way, so um, my mom always found fun ways to teach us things. Like when we were learning phonics, we had the school curriculum we had was like they had different little characters that you would print out in color and like you'd put them on a little stand so that you could, you know, it was fun. But yeah. But yeah. So do, 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 do. I didn't realize I was that much older than her. I'm turning 33. Oh, we were the same age. Hmm. It's kind of funny because a lot of the friends that I knew in church, especially this one church, like we lost contact for so long because we left the church. Well, we were kicked out of the church. And then like as the kids have gotten older, they've gone into the more normal side of life. So it's fun reconnecting with those kids. Yeah, that's an interesting thing, Addison, by the way. So with me, there's a fine line with spankings. Um, Typically, Andrew uses other forms of punishment with me, such as like timeout or something, where he'll grab my ear. He often grabs our ear when we're being naughty, which doesn't hurt unless you like twist it while he's doing that. But I don't grab mine as hard as he does, so it doesn't really hurt me at all. But every now and then he will do a spank, and we we have to rediscuss it again because of, as we're getting more into, not more into, but we're kind of redefining daddy a little bit and little stuff and whatnot. We're really figuring out what we need, what he's capable of doing for us. And spanking is such a fine line with me where it can easily go from I'm totally okay with it as a little to suddenly I am triggered PTSD. Um, Yeah, it is. You just have to know the actual littles in the community who aren't into it as a sex thing. Yuki, hi, and you're a bab too. Um, but we've actually something that's interesting, guys, and I'm curious what your thoughts on this are. I know a lot of you are not polyamorous, but those of us who are, so we are a polyamorous family, as you all know. And lately we've been discussing like what we each need out of something. And Andrew said time and time again, speak of the devil. Yes. Why? Ha ha! You you need you need to wait till the evening to kill them. You are dumb. Okay. Vengeance is yours. Good, good, good. I'm glad that you were able to kill the bugs that hurt you. Okay, for killing the. No, you're not going to hell because you killed wasps, and wasps are just pure assholes. They are pure demons. They're like little flying demons. Yes, but they're demons. Yes, but they hurt you for no apparent reason. Yes, but they hurt you for no they unprovoked hurt you. Yeah. No kidding, cuz ooh. Well, I'm glad you got the bastards that hurt you. I'll take a look at her account, by the way, CJ. I'm streaming, so. All right, love you. He found the wasp nest, so vengeance was his. Yeah, go ahead and post it. I was just on the phone, so I couldn't go look on Instagram. It was what was it again? See, now that I've followed a few people, Instagram is now suggesting more to me, which I like. Okay, so a funny thing, you guys. On YouTube, I like to watch a lot of vlogs. And okay, let me type that in here real quick, and then I'll tell my story. You know, I wanted my name to be Megan when I was a kid. I love that. I still love that name, Megan. Oh, there's a lot of them on there. Okay. I don't. Is that what her Instagram handle is? Because I don't. There's a lot of them on here. But so funny story. I watch vlogs on YouTube a lot. That's pretty much what I watch, and some art stuff and whatnot. And the other day I was just watching through a new vlogger's channel a bit, and it was all fine and dandy. You know, the recommended list on the side. Well, up until this one video, I got suggested, different vlogs from the same family, different vlogs from people I watch and whatnot. And then I clicked on one of their videos, which should not have triggered the suggestion list. But I clicked on a video. I was watching it. It was Alex Boyer. I don't know if it's the Boyer family. Jules is the channel. But Alex Boyer is a singer. They're really cool. He's very awesome. But I clicked on one of their videos, and all of a sudden YouTube went from suggesting the normal type of stuff I watched to every single suggestion was Peppa Pig. I have never watched Peppa Pig on YouTube. Never ever. I don't like Peppa Pig in the first place. I just don't. It's not one that appeals to me. The art style is just not my style. And every single suggestion was Peppa Pig. And I'm like, the fuck? YouTube knows that I like cartoons or something. The weird thing is, like, I don't think if I were to watch a cartoon, Peppa Pig is the last one I'd watch, pretty much. Aquanauts, yes. Even Paw Patrol, pretty much anything but Cartoon Network stuff and Peppa Pig. It was just like, okay, just a random, we're gonna suggest all Peppa Pig to you. And I'm like, what the fuck, YouTube? Like, I've never once watched anything like that. Oh, okay. That is a lot easier to figure out. Uh, there she is. Cool, cool. She has a monkey like me. Oh, that's a cute kitty. I love this quote right here. It says, "Read me a story, then tuck me in tight. Tell me you love me and kiss me goodnight." Peppa Pig is a meme. Peppa Pig is blah. Peppa Pig is blah. She has the also cute sleeper. I see that. I've always wanted to get one of those, but I never have because they're such crappy quality. That I have, at least from what I have seen. I don't think I've ever had someone tell me that it lasted a long time. It's all been like, oh, the snap broke. Shit like that. Like I seriously probably would get one and put in my own snaps and shit. I always wanted the dino one that they had. Oh my god. I've never tried those because they fucking creep me out. Yuki. Never will I or have I tried an also cute diaper. There is one diaper when I was first getting into the whole ABDL scene. There was one diaper that was around that was super duper cute, and it was by a company called Classy Comfort. It was like stripes and teddy bears and things like that. But from what I researched, it was very hit and miss whether or not you actually got your orders. Like they would take people's money and not send orders or something like that, type of deal. Or they'd send them and they'd get lost type of thing. So it was it was always like, okay. I never ordered from them. I always wanted to try them. But now I'm being a little bit of a nosy person. Okay, that's not the person. Okay. Just to see who they follow. Because that's a way to learn how to find people to follow is by looking at the other people's accounts. What diapers creep me out more? Oh, I know of one actually. I'm gonna see if you guessed the same one. He has an Instagram. All right, see you later, Addison. Oh god, she follows him. By the way, just so you know, this daddy dot bounce guy is not a nice person. Yeah. He's not a good person. I'm laughing at the fact that he got a wow. He went nuts. Like with what he, goodness sakes, where does this man get the money for this? Like I know this person, and Oh yeah. Nope, 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 nope. That's who I was guessing, by the way. Yeah, no. They still exist. Yes, I know they do. But this person, I hate that everybody follows him because, like, he's not a good person. Like, not a good person in the least. Anyway, of course, it took me back up to most. Don't ask me why they still exist. They're. Mm-mm. Oh, my CAT woke up. He probably wants FOOD. He actually got fed at a pretty decent time today. Hey, kitty, kitty, kitty. She follows a lot of people. Anyway. All right. Ugh, I gotta move my leg. Ow, 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 ow. Haha. I love that it's suggesting myself to me. Kai's Corners. Yeah, the other one is Kai's Corners. I know I'm not following myself. That's just stupid. Now I'm lost in the world. You should follow yourself. Why would I follow myself? I feel no need. I feel zero need to follow myself. Because it's funny. Because it's funny. Yuki, you're a ding ding. Oh, yeah. So Rears now has a Little Monsters bottle. Oh, goodness, this girl is very focused on herself. Wow. Meow. Kitty is getting impatient. Come here. Whoops. You're gonna get all wet because you just dumped over my baba. He's like, I stare. 2,000 people? Wow. Hi, kitty. Boop. What's this, guys? Want to see a trick he does? Hey, snitch. Fist bump. That's not how you do it, but hey. Fist bump. Fist bump. That was accidental. Fist bump. He's like, I'm not doing it again. Come here. My leg hurts. My back hurts. I should probably move around and shit, but no. I should probably get food, but no. What? Did you hear Hannah? Go get her. He's like, I hear human. Pampers. I hate when people call diapers Pampers. Like, Pampers is a brand of diapers. But lots of people call them Pampers. And I'm like, that's not what they are. It's diapers. Pampers is just a brand. That's like, ow. God damn it. That's like calling all diapers North Shores. So I've got, ow. Why are you hurt so much? Who's your kitty? He just wants food. Oh, I said the magic word. Watch this. Hey, snitch. Do you want to eat? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Do you want to eat? You're not being loud enough. I don't know. Do you want to go eat? I don't know. You're not loud enough to tell me that you really truly want to eat. Do you want to eat? Do you want to eat? You're not doing it. Do you want to eat? Are you hungry? Do you want to eat? Apparently, no. Because he's not doing it. Do you want to eat? He looks at me like, of course I do. But then he doesn't answer. You have to answer if you want food. Do you want food? Are you hungry? He knows the do you want food, are you hungry, or do you want to eat? You guys cannot see, but on this other side, he's making a funny face. Do you want to eat? Snitch, do you want to eat? Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Are you sure? Oh, now you guys can see Dirt Face. Nope, he moved. Kitty, do you want to go eat? Are you hungry? Want some food? Are you sure? He's like, Mama, would you just get up and go feed me? Okay, come on. I'll put it in my ears so that it comes with me. Da, 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 da. Stretch. My knee tried to give out. I'm gonna go feed the kitty. You guys get to see my messy house. We really need to finish unpacking this house. How horrible is your dish? Your dish is pretty bad. Hang on, bub. We're gonna get this dish in the wash before I forget. Meow. Why is this in there? You ready? You want some food? There you go. Have some food. I have a weird cat, guys. I have a very weird cat. I kind of need Dramamine. Oh, the stupid water bottle keeps going in my. Okay, my feeties are cold, and I'm kind of hungry, but I really don't want food. Oh hey, this is the other one. This is not broken one yet. I have another one of these somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's elastic, or not elastic. Velcro. Okay, the sketchbook can go back in its spot where I had it. That can go there. And Andrew needs to clean up his mess. Oh shit, I didn't take meds today. God damn it. I need to go do that. I think I'm gonna go because I really need to get some food in me and take some meds. You know, eating food's gonna make me nauseous, so we're gonna take nauseous meds, then eat. Because hopefully it'll hit my stomach before the food does and start working. But I'm really nauseous, so I gotta figure out something. I really don't want to eat. I hate this. I don't want to eat, but my body's like, you're hungry. No, I really have zero appetite. Nothing sounds good. I don't want to eat. Maybe I'll see if we have some milk and I'll make up a protein shake. I think we have protein powder. Yeah. Not very good, but it'll do. So I think that's what I'll do. And I'm going to go ahead and get off here. It's been 2.5, almost 3 hours. So I'm going to go and chill. So I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be working. So I'll be on Twitch probably. I'll start here and then switch or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. Have an awesome afternoon, evening, and night. Bye bye, guys.